fraction. So everyone has their fraction strips all set up. What I'm going to do, first we're going to try to look at a couple of fractions and see, using our pieces, if we can come up with ways to compare them and to make equivalents. So first we're going to start off with comparing. I'm just going to randomly select 2 cards, and we're going to compare them using our strips. First, I want you to tell me how fractions are supposed to be set up. We know that the numerator is the what? The top number, and the denominator is the bottom number. And the numerator tells us what?
How many are shaded?
How many are shaded, and then the denominator tells us what?
How many are not shaded?
Okay. Okay, how many are all together? So the first 2 we're going to look at, 1/4, and we're going to look at 5/10. So I want you to write both of those fractions down on your paper. 1/4 and 5/10. And we're going to compare these 2 fractions. First, we're going to compare them using our fraction strips. So I want you to take out 1/4, and then I want you to take out 5/10. And I want you to put them together, preferably on top of one another. Put them on top of one another. Pull them out to the side. Put 1/4 and 5/10. Like this, Elijah. Okay, based on our model that we've made with 1/4 and 5/10, Jacayla, which one is the larger amount? 5/10. Does everybody see that? Okay, so I want you to put the sign in between those fractions on your paper. We're putting that 1/4 is what? Less than 5/10. And another way that you can look at that is, say we had 2 pizzas, and the 1/4 pizza was cut into 4 pieces, and the 5/10 pizza was cut into 10 pieces. What would you prefer to share with the pizza that has 10 slices or the pizza that has 4? 4, because these slices are going to be what? They're going to be much larger. But if we put 5/10 pieces together, it's going to be larger than the 1 piece from the 4. Okay. Let's look at 2 other numbers. Okay. 7/8 and 8/6. 8/6 and 7/8. So I want you to go ahead and pull out those 2 fractions. You have enough? Okay. I want you to share with the person beside you if you don't have enough, because you probably don't have enough to make 8/6. So you and the person beside you share your 6 so that you all can come up with 8/6. Okay, so Jamisha pulled hers out to the side. Jacayla add 2 more to hers. Okay, and then you're going to find, you need to pull out 7/8. And kind of put them in between the both of you all so you can compare them. Put all the blue ones together. If you already have one set out there, that's fine. Jamisha has a set out, so you all just need one example to look for. You need to have 7/8 and 8/6. Okay, this side has theirs set up. This side ready? Okay, based on your models, which fraction is greater, 7/8 or 8/6?
8/6.
8/6. So I want you to go ahead and put the sign on your paper. Okay, and the other way that I want you to compare these, because we talked about this the other day, I want you to cross multiply. So out to the side, I want you to rewrite these two fractions, 7/8 and 8/6. And then I want you to go ahead and put the X in the middle for cross multiplication. Okay, what's the first two numbers that we need to multiply?
7 times 6.
7 times 6, and that's what?
42.
42, so we're going to write 42 at the top. And then we're going to multiply what two numbers?
8 times 8.
And 8 times 8 is? 64. So we're going to look at both of those whole numbers that we wrote at the top, which are 42 and 64. And based on those two numbers, we know that which number is greater?
64.
64, so that means that 8/6 is what? Greater than 7/8. So those are two ways that when you're comparing fractions, two ways to look at it. Our next fraction is going to be 2/6 and 4/6. Before you use your models, I want you to look at these two fractions. What is something that's similar about them both?
Both of them have a 6.
Okay, both of them have a 6 as their what?
Denominator.
Their denominator. So anytime you have a fraction that has the same number as its denominator, you're looking at the numerator when you're comparing. So we're looking at the 4 and we're looking at the 2. Which number is greater, the 4 or the 2?
2. The 4.
The 4. So this lets us know that which fraction is greater?
2/6. 4/6.
4/6, Jacayla. Okay, this is how you're going to look at this. Because both of them have the same number, let's go back to that piece, or you can go back to that pie. This piece is broken up into 6 pieces. So if it's broken up to 6 pieces, would you prefer to get 4 pieces or 2 pieces?
2.
Which piece is going to be larger? If I took 4 from the piece or if I took 2 from the same piece?
4.
4. Because if I take 2 from the pizza, that's going to be 2 pieces out of the 6. And if I take 4 pieces from that same pizza, 4 pieces is going to be bigger than the 2 pieces. So what I want you to do is I want you to pull out 4/6, and I want you to pull out 2/6, and I want you to put them on top of each other so you can visually see what I'm talking about. Take out 4/6, and then take out 2/6 and put them on top of each other. Okay, this side is ready. And then Jacayla has some models, Jamisha, for you to look at. Okay, so if you wasn't able to vision that inside your mind, I want you to look at that model that was set up in front of you. Both of those, all of those pieces are the same size. But if you look at your model, you will see that 4/6 is greater than 2/6. Does everybody see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I want you to put those back inside your model. Okay, the next thing what we're going to talk about really quickly is equivalent fractions. I want you to pull out your 1/2 piece. Your 1/2 piece. Not your whole piece, Jamisha, your 1/2 piece. Okay, we're trying to find other fractions that are equivalent to 1/2. I want everyone to find one other fraction that is equivalent to 1/2. And line it up with 1/2. Okay, Jamisha, what do you have?
1/4. 1/4. 2/4.
Okay, 2/4 is the same thing as 1/2. Jamisha said 1/4 plus 1/4, which is 2/4, is the same thing as 1/2. Anybody have something different? What do you have, James?
3/6 and 1/2.
3/6 and 1/2 is the same. Okay, I see Jacayla has the same thing as James. Let's find something that is equivalent to 1/2 using our tenths. Using our tenths. Let's see if we can find something equivalent to 1/2 using our tenths. What do you have, Elijah?
14.
How many tenths? 5 tenths. 5 tenths is the same thing as 1/2. I want everyone to use their 12th piece and see if they can make an equivalent fraction for 1/2. Their 12th pieces. James, how many 12ths?
3 12. I mean 6 12.
6 12ths. So 6 12ths is the same thing as 1/2. What about our, how many halves does it take to make one whole piece?
2.
2 half pieces. Okay. I want you to do this last problem on your paper, and you have the option of using your strips or cross multiplication. Three tenths and 2/8. 3 tenths and 2/8. Raise your hand if you use cross multiplication. Okay, so everybody chose the option of cross multiplication, so we're going to do it that way. First thing we're cross multiplying is 2 times 10, and that's 20, and then 3 times 8 is 24. So by us doing it that way, we know that 24 is greater than 20. So which fraction is greater?
3 tenths.
3 tenths is greater. Thank you. You all did a good job.